Welcome to Sports Bios, the podcast where we delve into the fascinating lives of athletic icons, and I'm your host, Howard Closewell. Today, we're going to explore the extraordinary life of Jesse Owens, a man whose name has become synonymous with excellence, perseverance, and the unyielding pursuit of greatness. As we embark on this biographical journey, get ready to witness the transformation of a young boy from the rural South into a global phenomenon who would shatter records, defy conventions, and inspire generations. Born on September 12, 1913, in Oakville, Alabama, James Cleveland Owens, later known as Jesse, entered a world where the echoes of slavery still lingered, and the oppressive weight of Jim Crow laws suffocated African-American aspirations. The air was thick with the scent of freshly turned soil and the sound of sharecroppers' hammers ringing out against the anvil of poverty. His early life was marked by the harsh realities of sharecropping, as his family struggled to eke out a living from the unforgiving soil. The Owens family's circumstances were far from unusual. They were part of a long line of African Americans who had been systematically denied access to education, economic opportunities, and basic human dignity. As Jesse navigated the treacherous landscape of his childhood, he found solace in the words of his mother, Emma Alexander Owens, who instilled in him an unshakable sense of self-worth and a fierce determination to succeed. Her voice, like a warm breeze on a summer day, soothed his soul and ignited a fire within him that would burn brightly for the rest of his life. His father, Henry Owens, a man of unyielding resolve, worked tirelessly to provide for his family, often laboring from dawn till dusk in the sweltering heat of the Alabama sun. The lessons Jesse learned from his parents, resilience, hard work, and an unwavering commitment to excellence, would serve as the foundation upon which he would build his future. The Owens family's migration to Cleveland, Ohio, in 1921, when Jesse was just 8 years old, marked a significant turning point in his life. The urban landscape of Cleveland, with its promise of better educational and economic opportunities, offered a beacon of hope for African-American families seeking to escape the suffocating grip of the rural South. As they settled into their new home, Jesse's eyes widened with wonder at the sights and sounds of the city, the rumble of streetcars, the wail of sirens, and the cacophony of voices that filled the air. At East Technical High School, Jesse discovered his passion for athletics, particularly track and field, under the guidance of Coach Charles Riley. It was here that he began to hone his skills, developing the technique and discipline that would eventually propel him to international acclaim. Jesse's early years were also shaped by the broader social and historical context in which he lived. The Harlem Renaissance, with its celebration of African-American culture and creativity, was in full swing, inspiring a new generation of black artists, writers, and intellectuals. The likes of Langston Hughes, Zora Neale Hurston, and Duke Ellington were redefining the boundaries of African-American expression, creating a sense of pride and purpose that resonated deeply with young Jesse. As he navigated the complexities of his own identity, he drew strength from the examples of these trailblazers who had dared to challenge the status quo and forge their own paths. The rhythmic cadence of jazz music, the vibrant colors of African-American art, and the powerful words of Black literature all combined to create a sense of possibility and promise that Jesse could hardly have imagined just a few years earlier. And yet, despite the many advances of the Harlem Renaissance, the harsh realities of racism and segregation remained an ever-present reality for Jesse and his family. The color line, as W.E.B. Du Bois so eloquently described it, was a constant reminder of the obstacles that lay ahead, a barrier that seemed almost insurmountable at times. The seeds of greatness were sown in the fertile soil of his childhood, nurtured by the love and support of his family, and watered by the struggles and triumphs of those who came before him. And it is here, in the early years of Jesse Owens' life, that we find the genesis of a legend, a man whose name would become synonymous with courage, perseverance, and the unyielding pursuit of excellence. The people, places, and experiences that shape us along the way all contribute to the person we ultimately become. For Jesse Owens, the journey was just beginning, and the world would soon be witness to a talent that would leave an indelible mark on the annals of sports history. As Jesse Owens entered his teenage years, a maelstrom of athletic potential began to swirl around him. like a nascent tornado gathering force on the horizon of track and field events. Under the guiding hand of Coach Charles Riley at East Technical High School, Owens's skills blossomed with a ferocity that would soon leave the world in awe. He began to shatter records in various events, including the 100-yard dash, 220-yard dash, and long jump, with an ease that belied the intense dedication and hard work that had gone into honing his craft. As the first reflect on Owens's journey, I am reminded of the words of the great poet, Langston Hughes, who once wrote, "What happens to a dream deferred?" For Owens, there would be no deferring of dreams. Only an unrelenting pursuit of excellence that would take him to the pinnacle of athletic achievement. On May 25, 1933, at the tender age of 19, Owens set his first national high school record in the 100-yard dash with a blistering time of 9.4 seconds, annihilating the previous mark by an impressive margin. This feat not only solidified his position as a top sprinter, but also sent shockwaves through the athletic community, alerting college scouts and coaches from across the United States to the emergence of a phenomenon. The University of Ohio, in particular, took notice of Owens's talent and offered him a scholarship to compete for their track team. As he prepared to embark on this new chapter, Owens was acutely aware that he was not just representing himself, but also his family, his community, and the African-American people who had been marginalized and oppressed for centuries. This weighty responsibility only fueled his determination to succeed, to prove himself as a symbol of hope and excellence in a world that often seemed determined to hold him back. In 1934, Owens enrolled at Ohio State University, where he would go on to establish himself as one of the most dominant athletes in collegiate sports history. Under the tutelage of Coach Larry Snyder, Owens honed his skills with a rigor and intensity that bordered on obsession. He developed a training regimen that included weightlifting, sprinting drills, and technique refinement, pushing his body to its limits in pursuit of perfection. His hard work paid off, as he began to rack up an impressive array of records and accolades, each one serving as a testament to his unwavering dedication and unrelenting passion. And then, on June 21, 1935, at the Big Ten Conference Championships in Ann Arbor, Michigan, Owens etched his name into the annals of track and field history with a performance that would be forever etched in the collective memory of sports fans around the world. In a single unforgettable afternoon, he set 3 world records and tied a 4th, leaving onlookers agog with wonder. He broke the 100-yard dash record with a time of 9.4 seconds, shattered the 220-yard dash mark with a time of 20.3 seconds, and set a new standard in the long jump with a leap of 26 feet 8.25 inches. This incredible performance, which has become known as the greatest 45 minutes in sports history, cemented Owens' status as a global athletic phenomenon, a man whose name would be on the lips of every sports fan from Berlin to Boston. As news of his achievements spread like wildfire, Owens became an overnight sensation, captivating the attention of fans, coaches, and journalists from around the world. His remarkable talent, combined with his humble and affable personality, made him an instant favorite among the public. The press dubbed him the Buckeye Bullet, a nickname that would stick with him throughout his career, a testament to his incredible speed and agility on the track. In 1936, Owens' sights were set on the Olympic Games in Berlin, Germany, where he hoped to compete against the best athletes from around the world. As he prepared for the Olympics, Owens faced intense media scrutiny and public pressure, particularly given the tense geopolitical climate of the time. Adolf Hitler's Nazi regime had risen to power in Germany, and the Olympics were seen as an opportunity for the German leader to promote his ideology and showcase the supposed superiority of the Aryan people. The world was watching, and Owens knew that he would be facing more than just athletic competition on the track. Despite these challenges, Owens remained focused on his training, driven by a fierce determination to succeed and prove himself on the world stage. As he boarded the ship to sail to Europe, Owens was acutely aware of the significance of the moment, not just for himself, but for the African-American community back home. He knew that his performances would be scrutinized, not only as an individual athlete, but also as a representative of his race. The weight of history rested on his shoulders, and he was determined to rise to the challenge. As the first reflect on Owens's journey, I am reminded of the words of the great civil rights leader, W.E.B. Du Bois, who once wrote, "The cost of liberty is less than the price of repression." For Owens, the cost of liberty would be the sacrifice of his youth, his energy, and his very being to the pursuit of athletic excellence. But the reward would be worth it, a chance to prove himself as a champion, not just of sport, but of humanity itself. As Jesse Owens stepped off the track in Berlin, the deafening roar of the crowd still echoing in his ears, he had already cemented his place in history, shattering Adolf Hitler's myth of Aryan superiority and inspiring a generation of athletes and civil rights activists. The 4 gold medals he won at the 1936 Olympics in the 100 meal, 200 meal, 4x100 meal relay, and long jump events would remain an iconic achievement for decades to come, a testament to his unwavering dedication, unrelenting passion, and unshakable conviction. Yet, despite his triumphs on the track, Owens faced significant challenges in the years that followed, struggling to find stable employment and facing racism and segregation in his own country, a harsh reminder that even the most celebrated athletes are not immune to the injustices of society. As the first reflect on Owens's remarkable journey, I am reminded of the profound words of Maya Angelou, who once said, "You may not control all the events that happen to you, but you can decide not to be reduced by them." Owens's life was a testament to this indomitable spirit. As he navigated the treacherous landscape of racism and segregation with courage, resilience, and an unwavering commitment to his values. In the 1940s and 1950s, Owens worked tirelessly as a motivational speaker, sharing his story with audiences across the United States and using his platform to advocate for civil rights and social justice. He traveled to remote towns and cities, speaking to crowds of all sizes, from packed auditoriums to small community centers, always delivering his message with conviction and passion. But Owens's journey was not without its challenges. He faced numerous setbacks and financial difficulties as he struggled to find stable employment and build a successful business career. Despite these obstacles, Owens remained committed to his values of hard work, perseverance, and determination, inspiring countless young people with his message of hope and empowerment. As the great athlete and activist once said, "We all have dreams, but in order to make dreams come into reality, it takes an awful lot of determination, dedication, self-discipline, and effort." These words, spoken with conviction and passion, continue to inspire generations of athletes, activists, and leaders, a testament to the enduring power of Owens's legacy. In the 1960s and 1970s, Owens's legacy as a pioneering athlete and civil rights activist began to receive greater recognition. He was awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom in 1976, the highest civilian honor in the United States, and was posthumously awarded the Congressional Gold Medal in 1990. As his health began to decline, Owens remained active in public life, attending sporting events and speaking out on issues related to social justice and human rights. His voice, though weakened by age and illness, continued to inspire and motivate, a reminder that even in the twilight of our years, we can still make a profound impact on the world. As the first look back on Owens's remarkable life, I am reminded of the profound impact that sports can have on society. Sports have the power to transcend borders, cultures, and ideologies, inspiring us to strive for greatness and to push beyond the boundaries of human potential. But sports also have the power to reflect and shape our values, to challenge our assumptions, and to inspire us to action. What lessons can we draw from his struggles and triumphs, his setbacks and successes? How can we apply these lessons to our own lives, to our own struggles and challenges? The answers, I believe, lie in Owens's unwavering commitment to his values, his unshakable conviction in the face of adversity, and his unrelenting passion for justice and equality. As we strive to build a better world, a world that is more just, more equitable, and more compassionate, we would do well to remember Owens's words. We all have dreams, but in order to make dreams come into reality, it takes an awful lot of determination, dedication, self-discipline, and effort. That's all for today's Sports Bios. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, I'm Howard Closewell, reminding you to keep shooting for your goals.